Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sick Minds of Matt and Eric. My name is Matt, and always with me is my best friend,
Eric, you know what I really hate?
What?
You ever like go to wipe your butt and then reach for the toilet paper, and you know how it has little stitches in there so you can like tear it, but then when
Yeah,
you go to tear it, it doesn't fucking work that way, and it tears like
the like
brokenly.
second, yeah, like the second
Yeah, I'm
sheet.
just like, and it's not even the second sheet. It breaks where it's not even supposed to break. It like just tears. Fucking hate that shit.
I wasn't expected to start the episode like that, everyone. But welcome to the toilet talk of Matt and Eric. Anyways, I'd like to apologize real quick. I'm getting over being sick. New Year's Eve, I got sick, not because of drinking or anything. Like literally, I woke up and I was sick, and so I was in bed the whole time. And now I just have a cough from it, and the cough is awful. So I'm gonna do my best to not cough this episode, but no guarantees. Also, I'm lagging a little bit on my screen, so there we
I
go.
mean, that's fine. When was the last time you restarted your PC?
It was off when I woke up, so
Okay, well.
maybe there's a graphics card update, and I just don't know, or there's an update
I
and my
mean,
PC's just not telling me that there's an update.
yeah, that could be too.
But anyways, everyone, like we said, we're gonna try to get more episodes out more frequently than we have been. So here you go. It's been a week since the last episode. So we're going to be talking about, like we said, we were going to be talking about last episode, and that's Monster Hunter Rise. I should say Sunbreak too, because now it's called Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak because of the DLC. But you know,
Yeah, Sunbreak is the equivalent of like Iceborne, and I like it. At first, I will have to say, it felt super fucking easy.
yeah. I mean, now that we're Hunter Rank 6, we're
Yeah,
gonna
well, that
have.
changed. That changed, right? So my friend told me that the very first Monster Hunter game you play is going to feel natural. It's going to feel difficult the entire way through. And it's not until you play your second Monster Hunter game where you're like, oh, why does this game feel easier than last one? And that's not the case, is that you're just a better player, right? And you have to get back to where your the difficulty and your playerness is. And for us, apparently, that's halfway through high rank. And we also have to mention that we haven't built any armor though. Like
Yeah,
we're not building armor to increase our defense. So this is literally what we've just been playing up until it got difficult, and it just got difficult at our 6 stars.
yeah. We're not even at. I mean, after seventh rank, it's gonna be master rank for us.
Yeah.
So
So literally, it's kind of our fault because we haven't been playing the game the way it was supposed to be played because it was so easy. We're just like, we don't need to build any of this shit, and we skipped everything, and now we're like, oh, well, I guess we do need some armor sets now.
also, I think we. I don't know if it's more of us that we forgot, but more along the lines that we're not grinding for armor sets like we used to. We're not grinding for weapon sets like we used to in Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World, like, we grinded to have almost every set of our favorite weapon. Like, so Monster Hunter World, I was hammer and bow. Those are the, and sometimes longsword. Those are the only weapons that I used. So I just constantly just farmed for what I needed for those three weapons. This game, it's different, slightly. I traded the bow in because I'm atrocious with the bow in this game for some reason, and I'm now dual blades, which is really overpowered. Hammer. I'm starting to use the longsword again, even though Eric yells at me. And
Well, the reason I yell at you is because I'm playing Lance, and your swings are so wide that it literally hits my shield, which is fine, right? Because you don't do any damage to me regardless. But for whatever reason, in this game, if I'm blocking or you hit my shield, it takes away my stamina. And the long sword takes such a huge fucking chunk that I normally see, like, I hear the hit, I see the stamina disappear. I'm thinking that was the monster. Now I can do my counterattack. I go to counterattack, but the monster hasn't attacked. It was fucking Matt. And then I get hit. And then now I've lost stamina and health.
Okay, we could also talk about every time I'm going down to set a trap, I keep getting hit by this guy's fucking lance. Every fucking time. I'm like, alright, I'm going to set a trap. I'm trying to put a trap down here, Eric.
Oh, I figured out another thing. Remember how I was talking about having. So, for those of you that have not played Monster Hunter, when a monster is ready to be captured, they pulse like this blue icon on top of their logo to let us know that they're like in danger or in range of being captured. Um, so one of the issues that I suggested is move that because it's very difficult to see when you have our cursors on top of it. So when we have our arrows, especially like whenever it's just me and Matt, there's a blue cursor and a red cursor, and the blue cursor is the same color blue for the fucking trap. And I'm just like, is it ready to be captured? Like, nope, that's just
Well,
me, or that's just Matt. And here's the thing that I noticed. Remember when I said they should move it over to the icons on the upper right?
yeah.
It is on the icons on the upper right. It's
Oh.
underneath it.
Well, my issue is, in Monster Hunter World, it was just the gray skull. Like the gray skull with the crossbones.
Right.
And then they switched it in this to a blue logo that doesn't even show like the monsters dying or anything. It's just like a blue logo. It's like why? Like why switch something that was a good system right there? Like I think that's something I would love for them to go back to and switch like for us to know that they're dying like is the bring back the skull and the bones to let us know that it's dying instead of a blue icon like a blue dragon icon or something.
Oh, and then the switch that I made, from going from where did I really played a lot of Insect Glaive.
Monster Hunter World, you were Insect Glaive and Bow.
Insect Glaive, Bow, and Charge Blade. I did play the Charge Blade a lot.
Yeah.
And in this game, I feel like I finally got a good handle on the Great Sword, and I'm playing a lot of Great Sword and Lance. A lot of Lance. And I've gotten really good at the Lance,
And
which is
I think I also picked up like the two-handed axe or whatever it's called.
two-handed axe.
Not the switch axe, but the other one.
Yeah, the Switch axe.
Isn't there two like different axes though?
No, there's the Switch axe
Oh,
and
and
the
the
Charge
charge
Blade.
blade. Yeah, I switched to the
Yeah,
switch. I also use the switch axe, but I haven't updated any of the weapons on it. So, because I went back to the hammer and using dual blades.
yeah.
And
Hammer's legit. I fucking love the hammer. That's
it
a
just
solid weapon.
it just sometimes it's too slow for some of the dragons that we're fighting. So it's like I have to go to the dual blades.
That's how I feel about like the Great Sword, right? Because man, when you have that fucker out, you're not moving fast. So
No,
basically, you
no,
do a
you're
hit or
not.
two, you're putting it away, and you're running. It's very hit and run, right? Which is fine. I'm okay with that play style, but like is I will say it is very satisfying when you land one of those big hits and you see that number and it's like, oh, you just did 700 damage, and you're like, yeah. But then you're like missing for the next 45 minutes of the game.
See, I wish we could see how much damage we do like in total, because like I feel like I at some points like I don't feel like I do a lot of damage with the dual blades, and then there's moments where I feel like I do a lot of damage because like then I'll notice like the numbers will be every hit will be like mid 20s, high 30s, high 40s, 50s. And that'll be like a consistent as I'm like doing like my moves and stuff, and it's just like I want to know how much damage I'm legitimately doing to this thing.
Yeah. Um, I still think World is better.
Yeah, I agree. But this
I
one
do
has more
like.
monsters though. This one has more monsters.
Yeah, it does feel like it. It does feel like they have more monsters with it. I really wish that they would just make like an MMO. I feel like this is a franchise that they really could get away with that.
Yeah, I feel like this one, like if you did an MMO, it could work out. It could. Yeah, I agree. You just have to figure out like you still have to like craft stuff and all that, but it would work out really good. Be a good
Yeah,
MMO game. Too bad the movie was awful. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it
I
was
haven't seen
garbage.
it either. I feel like that's just a recipe for disaster.
Heard it's really bad. I heard it was really bad. Like it looked good, and then I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna be good.
I don't see how they could do it. I really don't.
I'm gonna have to watch it just to see what the dragons look like. Yeah. So we oh, that's really bright on my screen. So it took us about, I would say, without fucking around, like if we don't fuck around in the game or anything, I think it would probably take you guys only like 15 hours to complete the main story. I would say probably about
Yeah,
15 hours.
that's how long it took us, right? And then, but we weren't actually focusing on the story.
Yeah, we weren't actually. Honestly, now that you bring it up, if we just focused on this doing this story, it might only be 5-10 hours.
Yeah. However, we did get it when the DLC dropped, so we had the defender weapons, right? So these weapons will last you all through low rank, and it felt like the story just ended with low rank. And we are on high rank now, and I don't know if there's another story. I know that the DLC, the Sunbreak, has a story, but it hasn't started for us yet. So maybe it'll start in master rank. Maybe we have to beat high rank and then it'll start in master rank.
Well, I
I
just
don't know.
like the thing that bothers me is that Monster Hunter World, we can do the story together. This one we can't. At least we haven't tried doing it with like a normal hub mission together again.
Right.
So it's just frustrating because like Monster Hunter World, we went into the game being able to do like the missions co-op, but like the hub missions, I guess which is the main story, we weren't able to. So we'll see if we'll be able to next time we play. Because I know you have to record with Chris probably after this.
Yeah. I was gonna hit him up and see if he wants to do it at 6 instead of 7.
Yeah.
But uh yeah, that was another thing, right? Like the story wasn't very I didn't understand what the story was until the end.
Which
Because
is
I
pretty
get
much
it.
like talking about like a tower defense game for the most part.
Yeah, the Rampages is literally just straight up a tower defense game. And I don't it's weird. Like I bought this game. I play Monster Hunter for the Monster Hunter, and now I'm playing Monster Hunter for Monster Hunter slash Tower Defense, and I don't know how I felt about it. I still don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think the Rampage idea is cool and all, but I would have preferred the Rampages be 3 or 4 monsters at a time, and you would just have to take them out.
yeah. We say that now, we would get our asses kicked if it was four
Yeah,
monsters.
probably. Let me rephrase that: 2 or 3 monsters at a time,
You would think
and then
we
you're
you think we could fight a Rathian, a Rathalos, and Magnamello all three at the same time?
I do like the writing mechanic in this game.
Yeah.
The writing mechanic in this game is better than World. So once
There
you do
was
enough
no
damage to
riding
one of
mechanic
these
in World.
monsters, they like bend down, and you have a chance to like ride them and use them as like Godzilla mounts and fight other monsters, which is
Oh, now I remember Monster
hilarious
Hunter World 1.
and super fun.
Monster Hunter World, it's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm shanking you, and then
Yeah,
I'm gonna charge up a move real quick, and then hit you and knock you down.
that's
The,
pretty much it. Yeah, that was the Monster Hunter one. You're basically riding them, but you're like slowly stabbing them or whatever. And the mechanic was like they would try to knock you off, so then you have to like hold on or switch body parts, and then stab them in that body part and move and whatnot. This one is just straight up. I'm gonna ride you, and I'm gonna use you to fight another monster.
yeah, and
And
honestly,
if there's, it's a lot of fun, and
it's so fun.
it's literally the best part of the game. Best part of the fucking game.
It's big old turf war. That's what it is. Man, that you also get a lot of parts from it too. You get a lot of parts if
Oh
there's a.
my god, yes.
We'll purposely like bring a monster with us, like chase after us, so we can fight our monster and get the parts for it.
You know the fucked up thing is, we're still doing this out of order
Oh yeah,
because I guarantee when we go back to our single player, it's gonna feel so easy again because we haven't seen monsters for some of the lower ranked weapons yet, and we're already at like rarity 5, rarity 6 for the weapons, which I know is not near the end, but I still haven't seen creatures for some of my rarity 3.
yeah.
So I'm just like,
Well,
I
that's
don't
why I'm
know what
killing
parts
all the small animals that I see, like that, like all the small dinosaurs and stuff. That's I'm killing them just to be like, oh, I don't know if I have this part. Maybe this part goes to a weapon or something.
yeah.
Like insects, and you kill the insects now. Like they give you like items too now. So
And then we've only seen 3 maps. I've
4,
only seen the forest, 4 maps. Yeah, you're right. The desert, the forest, the ice, the fire.
yeah. So who
And I'm
knows if
wondering
there's?
if there's more.
I'm gonna look that up. I want to know if there's more maps.
Yeah,
More,
Google that shit.
more maps to. Monster Hunter maps. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. There is the Citadel.
What? Don't. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Don't look it up.
Eric, there's, there's. Okay, all right. Here's the real.
Are we?
Maps, all right.
We're talking shit, and we haven't even seen the full game yet.
I don't know what the Citadel is, but apparently there's a Citadel. What is the Citadel? I gotta read that now. I need to know what it is. Oh, yep. That is another place. Like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like, the Citadel. We haven't. You know what's gonna be at the Citadel? You know what's gonna be there? Beelzegeist. That bastard's gonna be there.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
And
That guy will
Black
fucking be there.
Diablos. Black Diablos will be there too. I remember when I ran into Diablos, we're like, oh, what's this question mark one? I'm like, you fight that monster. I'll go check. I'll go check. I'm
And I
right near
remember I was just like, oh, watch it be a Diablos, and you're like, oh shit,
I like,
run away.
I just run over there with the dog I'm on. I'm like, all right, here we go. And the first thing that I saw was the tail, and I'm like, no, we gotta turn around. We gotta
Whoa.
turn around.
We haven't fought a Diablos yet, have we?
Yes, we have.
Have we?
Mm-hmm. We've seen the Diablos, and I think we fought the Diablos.
We haven't fought the Diablos in high rank.
No. We also haven't fought a Black Diablos yet either, which is even more vicious.
Yeah, and we ran into that. Oh man, what's it called? That Raijing one.
The monkey fucker.
Lightning monkey. That's all I have
There's
to say.
so many
Lightning monkey.
Hey, if they replaced him with the Kieran, it makes sense. I don't think we can beat it because we couldn't beat a Kieran either. Oh well, let me rephrase that. We couldn't beat 2 Kierans at the same time. That mission was impossible in Monster Hunter World for us. Didn't we have people join us too, and we still couldn't beat it?
Well, it was hard enough to beat one. I remember it taking. You know how they give you 50 minutes? I remember just trying to do it on my own, and I did it, but it took me like 47 minutes. And that's because I literally just used the bow gun, the heavy bow gun, and had to shoot it from a distance because it would never get close enough for me to do any damage with a melee.
I'm kind of hoping the Kieran isn't in this one because Biel's a guy's like, yeah, we can beat it, but it's also one of the tougher like fire blast monsters that we're gonna go up against, and he's in the
I
game.
Yeah, I think the problem with Kieran, right, is that when it's in its lightning mode, which it is most of the time, unless you're specifically hitting it in its weak spot, all of your attacks bounce.
That's right, it does. I forgot about that. Like every spot, it's like bing,
Yeah,
bing,
and
bing.
it's so annoying. So you need a weapon that does not care about bounce. So
The hammer.
I feel like you could still bounce with the hammer.
You can, but like it has to be like
I
I
think
would
the
have to be
only
in
weapon
I would have to be yellow in my like the strength left on my yeah.
I think it would have to be hunting horn. I feel like the hunting horn is the only one right now that has that move where it gives you like keen eye or something like that, which allows you to not like your weapon not to bounce.
Hmm. Maybe. I haven't tried I tried the hunting horn in Monster Hunter World. That was not good. It was
No,
not
but they
good.
changed it. They changed it in this one in Rise, and it feels better because the last in World you had to like some songs were like X X or like XA or X and X plus A, and in this one they stopped mixing it, right? So two X's is one song, two A's is one song, X plus A is one song. That way you don't have to worry about like mixing and matching and accidentally pushing the wrong thing and fucking up your song and having to start over again.
See what I would like, you know, I've been saying this, and this is just like to deal with controller wise. So I play with my PlayStation 5 controllers.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for in every Steam game there to be a setting where you can change the button layout from Xbox controller to look like PlayStation controller. Because there's some games that will just do it automatically if it notices if you're using a PlayStation controller, but there's other games that don't. And I would really love for that to be like the next thing, like they kind of like work on with Steam. Is
Mm-hmm.
just like, hey, if they're using a PlayStation controller, no matter what, the directions are going to be in the PlayStation controller. Because like I don't use Xbox controller. I only use it if I have to, and that's when it's on this shitty ass what's the other client that we sometimes have to use for games?
Um, Epic Games.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to prefer the Epic's game client, but I will say having native controller support with Steam much better.
It's frustrating because like I have to like look at an Xbox control like sometimes it'd be like, okay, so this would be this move, and this move for me to
Oh,
understand.
it's I would rather them use PlayStation controls than the X or A buttons, and here's why: because the X and A on a uh, on a Xbox controller is not the same position on a Switch controller. And
Nope.
this game came out for Switch, so whenever they're just like, "Oh, use X plus A," well, X plus A would literally make me dodge and drink my potion. So you know what I mean? So I have to go, oh, they meant Y and B. Or did they mean Y and B? Are they using an Xbox controller? Like, so if you would have been like triangle, I already know. Top button. X is like everybody knows where these buttons are, right? Like you say R2, it's the back R button. If you say circle, it's the
It's
one all the way to the right. Yeah, square all the way to the left. And like you know where these buttons are. Everybody has seen a PlayStation controller. It's been around for so long.
everyone probably at one point had a PlayStation before an Xbox. So like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I get Microsoft owns Xbox, but like, stick with the basis.
Well, it's not a bad controller, and they can't use the PlayStation button layout because they patented it. It's just like Nintendo and Microsoft need to get on the same page, and that's never gonna happen because Nintendo is like a Japanese company, and they like if you read a manga, it's right to left, not left to right. And here in America, it's left to right. So our A is on the bottom right or bottom left, and their A is on the bottom right.
It's just frustrating. That's just my opinion on it, and you're not gonna change it. Um, let's see. Yeah, I do. Also, like the drinks wear off. I think, or well, sorry. Okay, first off, question for everyone: is it Dango or Dongo? This a serious discussion? I need to know. I need to know if I'm saying it
Yes.
correctly. Because it Dango, Dango, or Dongo. I don't know. I could be just an idiot, and everyone will just make fun of me for it. But yeah, I feel like the food wears off sooner than Monster Hunter World. But Monster Hunter World, though, if you died, like your effects wore off. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
What is happening here? My screen keeps like messing up. Anyway, um, yeah, I'm actually still enjoying it. I I do like that there's a lot more monsters in it. It went back. It feels more like a traditional Monster Hunter game than most, but I enjoyed World so much that this is kind of like a step back,
Yeah.
right? But it's not a step like it's not a major step back. I understand why they did it. They went back to a portable console and they had to do it for the Switch. But I hope they take what they learned from World and from this game, and World 2 is just amazing. I
Are they making a Monster Hunter World too?
They need to, or call it whatever you want, but they need to. Because honestly, had these just been expansions for World, I would have been down for that too.
Yeah. And then I wouldn't have to spend hundreds of hours of getting new equipment again. Well, no, I still would because I haven't played Monster Hunter World since Nam.
Yeah, we'd be like, how do we play this again? I guess we're figuring it out. Oh.
It's just when we go back into the game, we'll check to see, like when we go to the hub now that we beat the game technically, and see if we can do hub missions together. But I don't think we can, which is just kind of frustrating because it's like we want to continue the story, but we can't continue the story together, and that's just dumb.
At least it's easy enough now, right? So we can actually make it through because that I think you stopped at the Kieran in the story, if I remember correctly. Or did you beat the solo Kieran?
In Monster Hunter World,
Yeah, the
I don't
story one.
remember. I don't remember. Dude. It's been 7 years. It's been a long time. I remember some things about Monster Hunter World, but I don't remember everything. Granted,
That's fair.
we played that game for like a whole day on our days off. So
It was forever long.
like
It was so good, dude.
we would I'm pretty sure I would wake up at 7 and I would shoot you a text and be like, "You awake?" Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
awake.
we're like, bitch, I'm already playing.
And my text would be like, "All right, I'm on my way. It'd be 20 minutes." The worst,
Let me look. How many hours did I have on that?
I think you had like 400 and something. I have 194.
Yep. I have 468.8. Oh no, I need to play for a little bit so I get that to say 69.
But yeah, Monster Hunter World, we played quite a bit, as you heard him. quite a bit. I like your buddy said though. Like I have to agree with him because like Monster Hunter World was tough, and then you go into we tried actually picking it back up when we moved away from Florida because we tried playing one time and we were both like, we're dying instantly.
Yeah, because we forgot like that muscle memory. I think it's very important whenever you're playing one of these games to pick a weapon and just stick with it because that muscle memory will just set in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never tried any of the like the bow guns and stuff. I don't think I'd be good with them. And then you have to make sure you have all the ammo, and I would definitely
You have
waste all my ammo.
yeah, the ammo thing. There is an infinite ammo. Like your standard gun is infinite ammo, but it's so much weaker. So it literally is so much better to have like the ammo type that you need. And piercing is so strong. As long as you can hit them head to tail, right? Like if you're just like shooting them in the head or shooting them in the tail, but it goes all the way because it ticks every so often. So if you land like a good piercing shot for the bow, if you land that with the guns, because their bullets travel so much slower, you get so many more ticks. So piercing is just like ridiculously strong.
Yeah, I'm really bad with the bow this game, and I did start trying to use it in the beginning. Maybe if I went back to it now, like I'd be fine. But like I was really bad, and like that was my go-to weapon in Monster Hunter World.
You know
That and
why? I think it's because they introduced the wire bugs, and the wire
yeah,
bugs you need to use your L2, and we're so used for us to like using L2 to aim, and now it just activates the wire bug.
I don't think it did with the bow. I don't think you have a wire bug with the bow.
No, if you have the bow out, it won't activate. But if you're running away and you don't have the bow out, it will still activate the wire bug.
Oh, okay. But
I know because I picked it up. I tried it. Not a fan either.
it's not. It's and then like you have to like remember the combinations and then the whole piercing shot takes forever, and the monster's just staring you down, and you're like, "Well, I'm about to die, and this is gonna be fun. Here we go."
Yeah.
I tried the lance. I suck with it, but Eric apparently is godly with it.
Um. At first I was just like, I don't understand the lance because it's literally combos of three, but there's two moves that you can use to break off your combo. And I realized something. If I just use those two moves back to back, I have an infinite combo. So I'm not sure if you ever saw my guy with the lance. He's just jumping back and forth, continually like to poke.
I might have noticed it. When I'm dual
Oh.
blading, I can't pay attention. I don't see shit.
The next time you see me use the lance and the enemy's standing still, you'll notice that all I do is it looks like I'm just jumping back and forth, and that's because I jump forward with my spear, I pierce it. That's an instant. That one move is actually three hits. So I
Oh,
get three hits off. Then when I back off, I have my shield, and when I back up, it's a reset for my lunge attack. So I literally just lunge, back off, lunge, back off, lunge, back off. And that lunge does, like I said, it's three hits. So that's three procs of poison. And I let
oh.
my poison do the damage. So that's why you're just like, did you just poison it already? I'm like, yep.
Yeah, man, the dual blade. It's like when you're like zoned out. Like I'm like flying across like the monster almost the whole fucking game. There'll be moments where I'm like, all right, let me hit this move and just Beyblade across the back. And Beyblade back. And Beyblade back. And Beyblade back. And Beyblade back. And I'm just like going flying across. And then like I just see I'm like, is Eric even doing anything? Is he doing anything?
And
and
I'm
then
just on the ground.
and then I'll just see you like I won't notice that you switched your weapons, and I'll just see all of a sudden you go in with the great axe. Oh, you
that
knocked it on its ass.
That great sword. I've gotten some decent hits with that great sword, like really chunky hits.
Oh man, the game's fun.
Overall, overall, I have. You know what? I'm actually really happy about the game because it could have been worse, right? It could have been a lot worse. It could have gotten the Pokemon treatment. It's hard to believe that both the new Pokemon and this game are is on the same system.
Yeah,
Think of the graphics of Pokemon. Think of the graphics of this.
yeah, it is kind of weird.
I'm just like, what the hell happened in that Pokemon game?
They wanted to just get it out.
I guess, but like, come on, dude. 3 frames a second, basically.
I haven't picked it up in a while, to be honest. I haven't played it since I got the third badge.
It's not a bad game. It's really good. I like the fighting and stuff like that. The combat's good. Um, it's basically it's just another Pokemon game, but it could have been so much more.
It could have been so much more. But anyways, we're talking about Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Monster Hunter. If I had to give it a score, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Like an overall score, 7 out of 10.
For right now, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. We have to do the DLC too, just to see what that says. Like, if that will change our opinion on it.
For the base game, though, which I feel like we just did the base.
I'll say 7 out of 10. My biggest gripe with it is honestly some of the mechanics. Like, I'll be aiming at the enemy and sometimes it'll just turn me around and swing a different direction with my weapon sometimes, and that really frustrates me. Besides that, there's no real major issues I think I have with the game.
Yeah.
I mean, for a ported over game from the Switch, it's pretty fucking good. Like, it looks great. Right. It looks fantastic.
And I don't think they changed the graphics for PC. I think it's literally the same thing. Right? So if that's what it looks like on the Switch, 7 out of 10 for sure. Easy 7 out of 10.
But if they did more to like improve it for the PC, I might drop the score a little bit, because it's just like, if you went to try to improve it with the PC, but you didn't update anything like that, and could have been better.
In that case, I'd still give it a 7 out of 10 for the PC, and then we'd have to see how it looks like on the Switch.
True.
Because we have the ability to change the frame rate on PC.
That's true.
Because it could look great, but if it's only 30 frames a second, 30 frames a second trying to dodge a Rathian spin, I don't know.
I love what this game's like, you're in danger, and you're like, wait, what? And then all of a sudden, I'm like,
yeah, we're actually to the point where we're getting 2-shot. So maybe we should build armor.
I mean, I'm starting to. I built a couple armor pieces. Mainly thunder resistant, because I feel like all the dragons that we're fighting right now are thunder dragons. So I don't want to die. Like, I literally have maxed up my thunder resist on my armor.
Fair.
Like, you get 3 sections, and I have 3 thunder resist jewels on that bitch. I'm like, nope. I am not getting paralyzed. No way. Not today, son. Because when you're stunned, it feels like you're stunned for days. Like,
yeah, remember when I got stunned? This man,
I died.
He died, spawned back in the camp, made it all the way back to me before the stun ran off.
And I had to go and grab, like, more equipment, and I switched my equipment. So, like, that was at least 2 minutes. And then Eric's like, I'm still stunned. I'm still stunned. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm on my way. And he was still stunned. Oh, one of the things that really grinds my gears is your pet. Literally, normally your pet will knock you off of your stun or something like that. This pet, you're lucky if this fucking pet would be like, wake up, dumbass. In this,
Yeah.
in this one, the pet's like, I'm bloodthirsty. I'm going after this dragon. Fuck everything else.
What a pet.
What a
What
dick.
a pet.
What a
Yeah.
dick. Oh my god, it was so frustrating. I'm like, hello, dog, help me. Or it goes to help you and it misses. It misses on unstunning you, so you're still just like, oh, here comes the Rathalos coming to fucking hit me. I'm about to die. Thanks, you stupid dog. Would have much appreciated if you helped me get unstunned so I don't die and faint and lose rewards here, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't like the sword and shield though. I tried it. I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you would. I thought you would.
No. I just didn't like the combos for it. Maybe if I watch a video on it, maybe I'll like it more, but just didn't like the combos. I do like the longsword, but it's like if you're using the lance, I'm not going to be able to use it because I don't want to knock your stamina bar to 0.
Yeah, if you like the long sword, I can always go back to the hammer.
I like using the hammer, but sometimes it's just like it feels easy, if that makes sense.
Yes. Have you figured out its second mode? Its second charge mode?
Which second charge mode?
So you know when you're holding the trigger button, R2,
Yeah.
and you're charging it, if you hit circle, you'll go into a purple charge.
Oh.
It's your second charge mode, and it gets rid of the spin, but it makes your attacks hit even harder.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
The
give
spin
that a shot.
the spin is weaker this game, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because I used that shit in Monster Hunter World, and I was just spinning around like Garen was on unlimited spin. I was like a Beyblade.
Well, it was kind of broken, right? Because you get multiple hits with the spin, which is like the whole point of it. But it was so easy to proc status effects that they had to nerf it.
Yeah, I remember all the blast one because I always had a blast hammer, just like.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like always exploding. Jeez.
Oh, man, now that I know that about the hammer, I'm gonna have to switch back. Let's see. I haven't tried. You were a big insect glaive in Monster Hunter World. Big insect glaive guy.
It felt really good in Monster Hunter World, and this one it's not so much.
You do fly around constantly. I'm always like, where'd you go? Where are you going? What's going on here? Where'd you go?
See, I'm a big status effects person, right? So I either like proccing electrical damage, like the status effects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like weapons that hit multiple times because I know they proc the status effects. That's why I've been picking like the lance, even though the lance is technically not one of them. The way I play it is. So the lance, the insect glaive, the dual blades, they all hit multiple times. They're weak hits, but they're multiple hits, so it's easy to proc your shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
You know what?
Go
ahead.
The only weapon in the game that I don't like is the longsword, and it's just because I'm not good at it.
See, I'm getting good at it, but I keep hitting you, so that's kind of an issue. I will say, I would love for a Monster Hunter anime. A Monster Hunter anime would be amazing.
I would like that. You know what anime I've been watching lately?
What?
Blue Lock.
Are you shitting me?
No.
I'm on episode. Like I started watching episode 1 of Blue
Oh,
Lock,
really?
the soccer one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I was. Oh shit! Like I had to like. It was when me and you were. We were playing a game. It wasn't. I don't think it was Monster Hunter World. I mean Monster Hunter Rise, and I was playing Dark. I was watching Dark Summoner. That finished, and then I went into Blue Lock, and I got like 7 minutes in, and then like it wouldn't buff up anymore. Like it just stopped right there.
Oh. Yeah, Blue Lock's actually pretty good. It's pretty legit. At first, I was just like, why am I about to watch an anime about soccer? And then I started playing it or watching it, and I'm just like, holy shit, this is basically it.
Well, I need to
It's
continue
Squid
watching
Games, but
Haiku.
soccer.
I need to continue watching Haiku, the volleyball one, because that's really good too.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
The volleyball one's really good.
Okay,
I think it was on Netflix I was watching it on, and they just took it off, so I don't remember what episode I stopped at. Bastards. Stupid bastards. Honestly, I don't know what much more we could talk about it right now, like Monster Hunter Rise. Because
That's pretty much it. On Monster Hunter Rise, I figured we'd just talk about anime and stuff like that now.
I mean,
Although I do
got,
agree,
we got to 45 minutes. That's not bad for Monster Hunter
that's
Rise
true.
talk. I mean, it felt like we had to force some things. Everyone, I'm sorry, but it's just like there's not much. We haven't ran into every dragon yet, and
Right. I'm happy. So I'm happy that there's still monsters in there that I completely recognize, and I feel like they're just staples of the game now, which is like Rathian, Rathalos,
Angina,
Pookie Pookie. I fucking love Pookie Pookie.
so easy to kill.
It's so easy to kill, but like every time I see a Pookie Pookie, I get excited because I'm just like, yes, I know I'm gonna get a poison weapon early in this game. I just fucking know it.
Tobi Kadachi, that's pretty much a given. Diablos, like that's like the staple dragon.
Yeah.
And you normally don't run into that bitch until later in the game too, which is frustrating because you like forget about it, and then like you're insecure. And you're like you're so secure. You're like, yeah, I could beat every dragon, and they're like, here you go, have
Yeah,
fun.
it's just like, oh, it's my turn. I have to fight a Bareth. That's fine. I could beat one of those. It's just a little rock thing. Then you go up there and like, oh, what's Bareth fighting? Oh God.
Oh, and there's no such thing as a small Diablos either. There's no such thing. Like there could be like we could fight like a Tigrex, and you're like, oh, that's a smaller Tigrex. Like you can clearly tell it's a small Tigrex. But then like Diablos, it's either big or it's bigger.
Or what was the thing that we fought today? The electric one.
The Tigrex.
Zen. What?
Not the Tigrex.
The Zen something like.
Tyndra, like Zandra, Zingra. I don't know.
Whatever. It's a lightning.
These dinosaur names.
The lightning beast.
Yeah.
And we saw the smallest one ever. It was very cute.
It was
just
adorable.
like, I don't even want to kill it.
Like we jumped into the arena to fight it, and I went to Eric. I'm like, is it me or does this bastard look smaller than the one that we just fought?
Well, when I say small, if for those of you that like have played the game, I'm talking about we were standing and we were taller than it. Like
yeah.
we were actually taller than the monster, and we're like, what the fuck's going on here? And then immediately our next match, we went to one that was the size of a fucking building.
It was the
like,
size of a tank. We're like, well, this one isn't small. Oh, fuck us. But like Rathalos, you'll never find a small Rathalos. You'll never find a small Rathian.
That's true.
Fucking hey, we're gonna breathe fire and poison you too. So fuck you. You're burned and poison. Oh, and you're stunned. Oh, that just sucks. Fuck you. Ugh. Let's see. Honestly, like I said, we've just been fighting mostly the same monsters. We haven't fought a high ranked Magnemella though. I haven't fought a high rank that. And so that kind of makes me nervous. What are you looking up?
I was trying to figure out the name of that thing. And
Oh,
I don't want to tell you what I found,
oh
but I'm pretty
no.
sure you could tell by the look on my face.
I'm assuming Kieran? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'll save it. I'll save it.
No, because now I need to know. Lightning Dragon Monster Hunter Rise. What the fuck is a Thunder Serpent Narwa? What? Let me see an actual picture. Show me. It's an Elder Dragon? That doesn't sound good. Let me hit images here. What in blue hell is that?
That's why I was like, I fucking
Oh, it's a
spoiled it for
Xeno.
myself.
It's a Xenogreer. Xenogreer, by the way. Xenogreer. What is that dinosaur looking? Oh, that's a Tigrex. That's a Tigrex.
Oh, there's one that says all Elder Dragons in Monster Hunter Rise.
I'm scared. That's what I am.
I don't want it to say it with my ad blocker. You win. You win today.
All Elder Dragons MHR. Oh, I did know about that one. The Testro's back from Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
Oh, so Kieran isn't here. The Kieran is because Kieran was an Elder Dragon.
Yeah.
But that just makes me nervous for what replaced it.
That was an Elder Dragon. I wish I could remember the big fucking boss in Monster Hunter World. The one with the huge spikes.
I'm not gonna say it. Nergigante?
Yes. It never sounds appropriate.
Nope.
I agree.
It scares the shit out of me every time I said it when we played Monster Hunter World. Because whose right dumbass was it to name it that? It felt like I was, yeah, it felt weird after saying it. What was the big dragon that we fought that like all the defenders were fighting, and then we fight the Nergigante? I don't know. I'm not gonna try saying it and mess up. Because we fought it on a bigger like a bigger dragon.
Oh, Magna or something. That was the one that literally is like is an island. He's fucking huge.
He doesn't even
Just a
realize what
walking
was going on.
volcano.
Yeah, he doesn't even realize what's going on either. But
Yeah,
man,
he's
his
just like, I just
equipment
woke up.
his equipment was great though. Well, you know what? I think we'll just end the episode there. We're at almost 55 minutes, so
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
no
just
one's
looking through these dragons and shit.
Yeah, we're gonna go cry in a corner once we reach the Elder Dragons. So you know what? We appreciate you guys watching. It might not be that big of a episode for you all to enjoy. We weren't really crazy or talked really crazy, except the toilet talk in the beginning. So, well, I hope you all.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You know, we're trying to get more content out there for you all. All right, so. Sorry if it's not up to our normal standards. We'll get there. I thought we would be able to talk more about Monster Hunter Rise, but it was really easy to talk about. Not gonna lie to you all, it was really easy to talk about and go through everything real quickly. So with that, I'm gonna bid you all adieu. I hope you have a wonderful day and a good week. We'll probably see you hopefully next weekend. We'll see. And you got any final words to say there, Eric?
Be excellent to one another.
And party on, dudes. Have a wonderful week.